The fourth industrial revolution will be making all our jobs more interconnected, of course more digitalized, and they also will involve more flexibility in the way in which we work, in the way in which we interact with others, and even in the number of jobs that we might have at one point in time or even during our careers. Well, the digital economy is really opening up new opportunities in the way in which we work, when we work, and the way in which we interact with machines on the one hand, but also with our colleagues in the workplace, with our bosses, with our clients. So it's really changing the nature of the work, not only the intensity, but also the way in which we really perform our own tasks and duties within our job. I think this creates a lot of opportunities for workers, for companies, for society, for economies, but also raises a number of challenges, and therefore the key question in my view is how to make sure that everybody can really benefit from all the opportunities that the new economy, the digital economy will offer. We move exactly in the opposite direction as the previous industrial revolution, in which there was a concentration of activities through the automated chain. Now we are talking about the fragmentation of activity that can be performed in different companies, in different places, different countries and locations, and so on and so forth. So there will be more differentiation of firm performances, firm characteristics, and so on and so forth. So I think promoting social dialogue also at the firm level, in my view, will be important. Now, that works very well, especially in the Nordic countries, in medium and large size firms. It has to work also in smaller firms. All our jobs will evolve. And when I tell you that more or less 40–50% of the job will undergo a massive change in terms of the task required, in between 50–70% or more, you're talking about a majority of the jobs. The other point which is important is that jobs are not a static concept. Your job, my job, again, have evolved dramatically over time, and workers are used to adapt to new things. The problem is that the pace and the speed of this technological digital revolution is so rapid that the changes would have to occur very rapidly. And that's why workers, even all of those who are willing to change, adapt, learn a new way of working and so on and so forth, would have to adapt quickly, and therefore they need support. That's why I think training and retraining, what we call sometimes, especially in the Nordic countries, lifelong learning, well, we have to put lifelong learning into concrete terms and make it work for many workers, not just for a small group of people. Well, one of the certainly the advantages that Denmark shares with a number of other Nordic countries, as well as with a country like Germany, Austria, is a very well-established and actually effective social dialogue. So there is a very good relationship between employers, the trade unions, worker representatives, and the government. So this dialogue, in my view, is one essential element in order to promote the kind of policy we have been talking about and adapt institutional policy in this way. The other thing which I think is an advantage for a country like Denmark compared to other countries, that you have been one of the countries leading on this flex security model, whereby you do not prevent flexibility because this is part of all our economies and society, but you make sure that workers are protected